So I figured since I'm hosting the building competition that I'd record how I'm building and kind of my thought process of what I'm thinking while I'm building it. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is I want to try and use the C4 and use that to make a crater. I don't want it to be too big, but I think just something this size would be good. Whoops. Little bugs like these, still in alpha. But I think this will be good. My idea is that this will be like where a escape pod goes, and that'll be just like a small little starting thing, and maybe either on this hill up here or somewhere in that mountain right there, I'd like to put a structure involving the interceptors. See how that goes. And I think I'm going to time-lapse it so that I don't have to think of something to talk about in the moment, because I'm not so great at that. I'll get to that right now. And that's it for that part. Just wanted to quickly pop in and talk about what I've done so far. I changed the zone spawn, which is the world spawn, basically, to be one of the seats. I don't know how good that would be when actually making the world spawn, but I thought it'd be nice, at least for my sake, when I'd spawn in, I'd be on the seat. I got this red light here, and I've got this text display here where it's saying like there's an error, you need to reboot, but I don't know what its purpose would be otherwise if this were like an actual survival spawn. I'm not really thinking of it in that way, but I'm just trying to think what's something simple that could be easily placed anywhere in the world. I think if this were survival friendly, I know there was a proposal to change these iron blocks from 9 ingots to 1 ingot to craft them, but I think something even better for a start like this would be to have everything be made of some kind of spaceship hull block where it can't be uncrafted into the iron without some kind of machine to uncraft it. So you can't just strip your whole escape pod down right at the start and get full iron everything, so you never have to mine, basically. And I guess the other thing would be this asphalt. It'd be much better as something like a burnt shrapnel debris, something like that. But I really like the texture for this, and I thought might as well use it, even though it's not quite the block. I'm just going for block palette, really, rather than specific use case for this. I think next thing I'm going to do, I've been thinking it over. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be doing here, but I'm going to try and build some kind of structure. Like, it'd be an outpost of some kind where in my head, the interceptors would be docking in and flying off to other places, so that this would be kind of the first introduction to the interceptors, and you'd have to build up there yourself. It wouldn't have any kind of stairs or ladders to get up there, since it's expected that they are going to be flying in, so there's no reason for there to be that kind of infrastructure for them anymore. And I'm thinking of maybe actually one more thing, but I will leave it at that until I decide for sure where I might place it. I think it might be somewhere off a little bit away so that it's not immediately found, but maybe have some kind of indication, maybe in the tower. You could see it from the tower, and then guide the player towards each of the structures where they're in this small area around the spawn, so they don't feel like they missed something. But yeah, I'm gonna get to that right now. See you in a bit. So I think this is mostly done now. I put in these the kind of newer laser what are they called? The laser emitters, that's right. I'm not sure if this actually makes sense in terms of attacking the player or stopping them from, or even for the interceptors if they would want this. I don't know. It was something. I like the way that I really like the way they look, and I thought, lasers, it could be fine. And let me grab the very new the generator, and I thought I could put it right here, and it kind of looks like server banks, and I'm thinking maybe this could be the idea behind this whole outpost, is that it's some kind of relay station of some sort, not only some kind of repair and relay station. So I'm thinking I'm gonna also add just an antenna of some sort on top. It's not gonna look that great because I don't consider myself to be that great a builder, but I think this is looking great. I'm actually gonna stop these just because it's getting on my nerves a little, the noise. There we go. But I think this is just about it. And I thought about what these structures could provide. I think that these would not be generator blocks. These would be some kind of server block, and you could access it and get maybe a lore tidbit from like a text file that you could look up and read, or has some kind of voice line or something like that. Data log, that kind of thing. Or you break it and it gives you components that you need to craft something else. I think the main thing I would want is, I think that these should be all over the world, and they heavily incentivize getting the jetpack. So even if once you have the jetpack and you see one, you're like, oh, let me go to survival to show it off. So you come across one and you go, oh yeah, let me get up there. So you just make your way up from these trees, and there you go. Get right on in there and smash all of these, or open it up and grab the codex. I'm thinking of Starbound right now. And then you're off. Go off wherever you need to go from there, and you don't have to actually climb the whole thing. You could just use progress and use that progression to make things easier. So it's a something you could always get, but just easier. And as for that that other thing I was thinking of making, I did a little bit of testing with it. It was gonna be a bunker that goes down and you spiral around a staircase and explore underground. But I think I'm gonna leave it to just these two. I think the bunker adds maybe a little too much. I might work on that just on my own and see how it goes, and maybe show it off in the Discord later on. But I think this is gonna be it for now, so let's respawn, take a proper tour. I mean, it's not really a tour, it's just kind of showing off what's going on. There's this again, and then as you get out, you're looking around and you see that in the distance. All of a sudden you're like, okay, let me go check it out. And I could summon a few in, but there would be interceptor traps or just regular drones flying around. This is presuming that the AI pathing is a little bit more than just comes directly at you when they're activated, but they would be flying out, and once you get close enough, they would fly out and then start attacking you. So you would be intrigued to come look at this, but deterred by the robots, and then eventually overcome the robots, and then you could go up and grab some components for progression. And then there'd be more all across the world. But this one would be one that's guaranteed to spawn near where you first crash land, just to make it really easy for the progression. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Oh, before I forget, let me add on that little antenna I was talking about. I don't really know exactly how it's gonna. There we go. Don't know exactly what I'm going for here, but let's see if this does anything. Oh, maybe let's put like a red light at the top. Yeah, this should be good. I think that'll do it. I want to actually put this in here as well. Put one right there. Yeah, kind of give that lighting, and then set this to time set. I believe it would be 12,000, and then skylight base dynamic sky. Not 12,000. There we go. Yeah, I think that red really is striking. And leave it there for you. Hope you participate in this challenge, and that this was maybe something to inspire you to make something of your own. I've already seen a few of the submissions so far, and I'm very, very excited to see more. Until then, I will see you later.